They really just did it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did it.
You clicked on this video because you thought you were going to get savings by buying cards. That's literally like selling your car for gas money. Let me give you guys a legitimate, like, seriously, like, let's say, for example, I'm walking down the street and then there's this coat that I've always wanted for $1,000. I walk down the street one day and it's $100. It is marked down by an absorbent amount, literally $900. I'm saving $900. If I buy this coat for $100, did I really save $900? No, I didn't save any money. I spent $100. It doesn't matter how much you did not pay for it. The fact of the matter is you still paid for it, ladies and gentlemen. And I really hope at this time of year, people are not buying things hoping they are saving things. But you don't really care. You guys are here for these juicy cards. You guys want to know which cards should you buy before they skyrocket in price. And ironically, you can still make money on this, so I'm not that mad at you. And I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button. But also, be sure to hit that notification bell because, well, hold on, I got it. We just too strong. See, I got you in the frame. I made sure you were in the frame this time. So without further ado, I present to you cards you should buy before they skyrocket in price. The first card on this list is Raid Raptor 4 Strix. Now, 4 Strix was a card that made its debut in the Wing Raider set and then had a reprint in the Battles of Legends set as a secret rare and an ultra rare respectively. The reason why we are talking about this card is because there is going to be Raid Raptor support in the Duel Overload set, meaning that players will already be looking at this card by the time that set comes out. More importantly, Raid Raptor 4 Strix is a rank 4 monster that requires generic level 4 monsters to summon and is a reinforcement of the army for an entire type. Granted, Winged Beasts have not made a splash as of late, but if they do make a splash, or when they do make a splash, then this would probably be a card that everyone is looking for. Currently, the ultra rares are at about $3 and the secret rares are about $8. Unless there's some type of reprint for this card, I can see the ultra rares being $10 and the secret rares being $20 easy. Go ahead and get your Raid Raptor 4 Strixes before Winged Beasts become a thing. Sage with Eyes of Blue made its debut as an ultra rare in the Shiny Victory set and then was reprinted twice more in the Battles of Legends set and Legendary Collection Kaiba, both respectively as secret rares. This card is amazing. By discarding it, you can send a monster you control to the graveyard to spell summon Blue Eyes from your deck to your side of the field. But that's actually not why we're talking about this card being able to be a good candidate. When this guy is normal summon, that's right, I said guy, like I seriously went through my entire life thinking that this was a chick. You can add one level 1 light tuner monster from your deck to your hand. That is actually the effect we're looking for. Not only is Sage with Eyes of Blue a card that can search light tuners like Effect Veiler, which is a pretty decent hand trap, it's also a prime candidate to be needle fiber target. Haclifax. However you say that card's name. I'm not saying Sage with Eyes of Blue will ever be a competitive card. The only thing that I'm saying is that it already looks like a really good card on paper, is relatively cheap, and is a part of the Blue Eyes archetype that always gets support. So, I mean, yeah, eventually it will go up in price. The Spellbook Engine made its debut in Return of the Duelist. Well, I mean, let's just put it this way. Spellbook Magician of Prophecy made its debut as an ultimate rare and an ultra rare. Its price tag is currently pretty high. Spellbook of Secrets made its debut as an ultra and ultimate rare in the same set. But Spellbook of Knowledge didn't come out till, like, seriously, I want to say more than a half of a decade later. Spellbook of Knowledge made its debut in Code of the Duelist, but those 3 cards are what makes the Spellbook Engine. If your deck does not need its normal summon, then you can possibly gain advantage of this engine to allow you to draw 2 additional cards. The good thing about this engine is that it can be very cheap or very expensive. If you decide to invest into the highest rarity of this engine, you could be paying upwards of $150 for a playset of Spellbook Magician of Prophecy and Spellbook of Secrets. If you invest into the lowest spectrum of this Spellbook engine, you can be playing around $5. Seriously, that's how cheap it can be. I don't even think it's $5. I think it's cheaper than that. I think the ceiling of this engine is rather unique. players just start playing this engine yet again, and it does have quite a few reprints. I mean, hypothetically, if the Spellbook of Secrets and Little Boy were to go to $2 to $3 each, I mean, they're like 70 cents right now, so that's just mad profit. And the ultimate rares, I mean, come on, if they go up, oh man, you are making some mad cash out of these cards. Seyfried Gamma is another one of those cards in an interesting situation because, again, players are starting to pick up that, hey, this card's kind of good. It does require a pretty big investment at about $4 for the super rares and $8 for the ultra rare, but those are the only two prints, and some returns can be rather immediate. Seyfried Gamma not only negates the activation of cards, it allows you to destroy them, and with the new Seyfried Lord Lambda from the Battles of Legends set, no, I think it was Dual Power. It was one of those sets. You guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. This card can be activated even while you control monsters. I think that this card is just a perfect example of a hand trap that everyone should always have in their arsenal. Pick up your Seyfried Lord Lambdas. I would say before it's too late, but it's already starting to be too late. So like there was a spelling error in my phone. I think it's banging on me. It said Lonefire Blossom. Seriously, like it said Bonefire Blossom, like it's Bick and Back being booed. Like I'm like, bro, you better chill with that. You know, Nipsey just died. You can't be switching them on me like that. Bonefire Blossom has been printed 3 times as super rare, and 2 of those prints make me really angry because I hold the most expensive. Being first introduced in the Phantom Darkness set, and then later receiving its print in, I believe, Champion Pack 7, but then getting a print in Fusion Enforcers and Mystic Fighters in the exact same rarity. Like seriously, you had like 2 other chances to make it a different rarity, but you decided to fuck up. You could have made it secret. I would have been less mad if it were a secret. Lonefire Blossom follows under the same category as Raid Raptor 4 Strix. It is a generic card that everyone should have because eventually plant monsters will take the forefront of the meta. I don't even want to look at the price. Seriously, it's probably something exorbitantly low because the Mystic Fighter set, but you should probably pick up Lonefire Blossoms while they're at 20 cents each, and then just reap the rewards of having a ton of Lonefire Blossoms a few years down the line when plant monsters become the thing. So in my notes for the next thing, I do have Dark Magical Circle, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say all Blue Eyes and Dark Magician support, as well as Red Eye support to a somewhat degree, but more importantly, all Dark Magician and Blue Eye support, because nobody likes Redhead Stepchilds, should be put on notice. Dark Magical Circle is like the theme for Dark Magician decks. It's the reason why the deck was tier 3. I mean, it wouldn't have been tier 3 without Dark Magic Circle. It would have been like, not a tier. And this card is extremely cheap for what it does for the deck. Now I could talk about Magician's Rod or Dark Magician's Navigation or even Dark Magician, but my phone decided to, you know, talk about that, and it's banging blood right now, and I think it's from like Westside Pyro or Fudge Town, or I don't know where it's from, bro, but it's scary. I think that you guys should be investing into your legacy support cards. Dark Magician, Red Eyes, Elemental Heroes, those are always safe bets, so I'm kind of leaving this to a broad stroke. Go ahead and pick them up while they're cheap, and then somewhere down the line, they'll get support and you'll be able to flip them for a profit. Mistake is a card that prevents both players from searching, so that might be the reason why it's not too popular, because you know you want to search too, but I do think that Mistake will have a place in the meta soon enough. It's a great card, made its debut in the Shadow Spectre set, was reprinted, I believe, in the Mega Pack following afterward, and then as a gold rare. I feel like this card can be upwards to $10 within giving the right time and the right deck to play it. The last card I want to talk to you guys about is Skull Meister. This card has 3 prints, 1 super secret and common, with the common being 23 cents. You guys are kidding me. Like, there is a card that is meta relevant right now, has a limited number of runs. Code of Duelist came out like 3 years ago and has not skyrocketed in price. This is literally what I live for when I make videos. Sometimes I just stumble across the card and they're like, why isn't this card expensive? Skullmeister is actually really good in the current format, almost sometimes better than DD Crow in particular situations, and it's only 25 cents for a super. Go ahead and pick up Skullmeisters. The secret rare, I believe, is where it gets a little bit expensive, and for the players that can't afford the super rare when there there is always commons for the glue eaters. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. And if you're scared for the TheCaliEffect, if the phone ever decides to bang on me, then go ahead and join my Patreon. I will need it for hospital bills. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day, like I am. Okay, so I've narrowed down my options. My phone is either from Bounty Hunters, West Coast Bloods, or P-Stones. But it would be a mistake to doubt my phone. Just like segue to mistake, the card. You get it? It didn't work out, did it?